Elden Ring is one of the most critically acclaimed games of all time, combining a sprawling open world with deep lore and incredible gameplay. But even if you've conquered the lands between, there's more you might not know about this masterpiece. Today we're dividing into 10 shocking facts about Elden Ring. Stick around because fact 10 will change the way you see the game forever. Fact 1. George R.R. Martin's surprising role. When news broke that George R.R. Martin was working on Elden Ring, many fans assumed he would writing the main story, but surprisingly his role was different. Instead of crafting the plot, Martin developed the deep lore of the lands between, creating its mythology, the great runes, and the history of key characters like Godfrey and Queen Marika. FromSoftware's Hidetaka Miyazaki then wove this into the game's cryptic and fragmented storytelling, which is so iconic in the Soulsborne series. Fact 2. The game was inspired by Shadow of Colossus. Elden Ring's stunning landscapes and awe-inspiring bosses feel like something out of a dream or perhaps a nightmare. That's because FromSoftware was inspired by Shadow of Colossus. Miyazaki himself cited the older game as a major influence, especially how it created a sense of scale and isolation. The result? Bosses like Starscourge, Radan, and Millennia feel like monumental as anything from Shadow of Colossus while still being uniquely FromSoftware. Fact 3. Cut content hints at scrapped NPC and quest. Like many games, Elden Ring had content that never made it into the final version. Data miners discovered U-clips, news voice lines from NPCs, including a mysterious figure known as Vaiki, who seemed to have once played a larger role. There's also evidence of quests involving script mechanics and zones that didn't fully make the cut. Could this be hints for future DLC or something remnants of what might have been? Fact 4. You can pet the dog. Well, sort of. In most games, players always ask the same question, can you pet the dog? While Elden Ring doesn't let you pet animals directly, certain animations like summoning spirit ashes or interacting with friendly animals can look like you're giving them some affection. It's a small detail, but players have embraced it as a part of the charm. Fact 5. The game has real-life architectural influences. Elden Ring world feels incredibly immersive. The game's architecture is inspired by real-world landmarks. Leyndell, the royal capital, has elements of Gothic cathedrals, while the massive Erdtree draws comparisons to mythical structures like Yggdrasil by blending fantasy and history. FromSoftware created a world that feels both ancient and alive. Fact 6. There's a secret wall that takes 50 hits to break. Elden Ring is full of secrets, but this one really takes the cake. In Volcano Manor, a hidden wall requires 50 hits to break, leading to a hidden room. While some fans thought it was a clever troll by FromSoftware, others believe it was a glitch. Either way, it's a great reminder to hit every wall in Elden Ring, or maybe just some of them. Fact 7. The iconic Erdtree was almost cut out from the game. Imagine the lands between without the Erdtree. Early in development, FromSoftware considered scraping the massive glowing tree because they feared it would dominate the world design. Thankfully, the Erdtree stayed, and it's now one of the most iconic elements of Elden Ring. Fact 8. References to Norse and Celtic mythology. Elden Ring's lore is packed with subtle nods to mythology. For example, the Erdtree is reminiscent of Yggdrasil, the Norse world tree. Even some character names like Radan and Rani have linguistic ties to Norse and Celtic traditions, blending the game's fantastical elements with ancient myths. Fact 9. The horse was almost too OP. Torrent, your trusty mount, originally had abilities that made him overpowered during development. Early builds of the game let Torrent glide over enemies, trivializing many encounters. Developers scaled back his powers to maintain the difficulty Elden Ring is known for. Still, Torrent remains an invaluable companion. Fact 10. Miyazaki's personal fear of death inspired the game. Elden Ring's themes of decay, rebirth, and perseverance come from a deeply personal place. Hidetaka Miyazaki has spoken about his fear of death and how it influenced the game tone. Through the hardships of Lands Between, he wanted to convey a message: no matter how bleak things seem, hope and resilience can carry you forward. Hope you enjoyed the video and the facts about Elden Rings. If you wanted more videos like this, make sure to like and subscribe this video and stay tuned for future videos about top 10 facts. So until next time, see you forward and then bye bye guys.